Greetings everyone, and Great here with another Age of Empires 4 replay. Spawn on the top side as the blue Holy Roman Empire, we have RecoN. On the south side as the green Chinese, we have LoueMT, who's going straight for the deer, trying to claim some venison. Those eyeing for the sheeple. And looks like the sheeple are being led to the slaughter. Of course, the Imperial official there does provide him a good amount of golden comp there, but he's also has two miners out on the field as well. Does kill off that deer because it's nice and close to the mill. Could actually retarget towards this deer right there. That's a better target right there. Yes, it does. And over here, we've now got the Akin Chapel. Or Akin Chapel, however pronounced. You're now the Imperial Academy that now being pulled up by a Chinese player. So still being collected, so it's eyeing for a second town center relatively soon. Or that's a barracks, and he's immediately queued up some stuff. He's eyeing for some aggression, trying to engage the deer line. And we got some early man-at-arms employed on the field. Early man-at-arms can be very, very hard to deal with. They have, of course, the 3 pierce armor. Archer base damage would be 2 then, because their base damage is 5. And now here comes this man-at-arms, push way forward. He does have some... Oh no, does he? He doesn't have any sheep. Did he not find any sheep? Or did he already collect them all? Oh, there's a sheep carcass there. Yeah, he's already collected all those sheep. He was guessing not very lucky finding sheep. But he does have access to the berry bushes back here for food. He does, now this early man-at-arms starting to torch down the mill. Mills are, of course, only 50 wood. Everything else is 50 wood, so losing 1 is not a huge issue. Now I got the Akin Chapel here, providing some good benefits for the wood. Also plants some farms there to get some more economy going. Who's now going for a big line of walls there, though this one will look interrupted. Scout's trying to whack that lady a couple times. Though his sword's a little bit dull, doing 1 damage per slice. We've still got this man-at-arms here, so he's not gone any more aggression with these man-at-arms, has he? Do now second barracks deployed on the field. Granted, Chinese is probably the few times where got a fast castle for the Chinese player. He's going straight for the crossbowman, I believe. I was going to say that man-at-arms rush is probably the least effective versus the Chinese with their hand cannoneer slits. And now we do have some palace guards being employed in the field. Fast, light men-at-arms unit. And right now, the Holy Roman Empire is not going for his own castle age. We've got a good number of men-at-arms here. The palace guard will be outnumbered. Does, of course, have the same armor, more health, a bit more damage as well. So these 3 men-at-arms, it'll be getting pretty close versus 4 men-at-arms. 3 palace guard versus 4 men-at-arms. So he needs time to regroup his forces. And now do we have this monk charging forward, trying to collect some relics. So just trying to slice up the scout a little bit. Man-at-arms now gauging the man-at-arms. The man-at-arms are now slicing each other up, but green should be a win out in the head. Get a win out in. He may lose one of these men-at-arms. Nope, he does not lose that palace guard, I should say. He does spot this monk here, but the palace guard should be able to catch up to him. Does get a slice of the monk now. Trying to claim himself a free man-at-arms. He may actually get it. And does get himself a free man-at-arms. Very, very nice. Though he's a little bit wounded, he could fall back and Someone could lead him back to the monastery, come patching up after he drops off the relic. But now got these palace guards pushing way forward, trying to torch down some of these walls. You got this force of palace guards and a scout here to torch down some walls. Looks like I'm gonna try repairing it up now. And now I'm going to be torching down 2 of these walls at once. Now he's starting to refocus. It looks like additional walls being deployed on out. I'm not sure why he did that right there. There's just 2 poles there. Interesting. Who's now trying to pull out some more man-at-arms? We got the Recon's Cathedral being pulled on the field. He knows his opponent has grabbed some relics, so maybe it's a bad idea to go for this cathedral. He won't be able to make much benefit to it. Going for level 1 for more fast production probably be very handy, especially with this nearby aggression. Able to quickly pull out some man-at-arms. Does lose a couple of villagers there. Palace guards now charging forward. Pounds of the arrows will do minimal damage. They'll do some damage. Each arrow does 6 damage, while the these palace guards have 3 pierce armor. It's good damage there onto this town center. Do now have this man-at-arms push forward. Has a single archer support as well. The archer might as well charge forward and start firing some arrows. I'm not going to do much else. Oh, I heard some wall segments being deleted. Of course, he has access to emergency repairs, which will heal up to 3,000 health. So I would say you just use emergency repairs right now, get on cooldown, and repair up the town center quickly with the full. And arms trying to push on forward, trying to torch down some more of this infrastructure. North, we got the scout now being pursued by a knight. We do got a good number of man-at-arms this region, but there's 13 palace guards here and the man-at-arms of his opponent. That, however, this man-at-arms part of this formation is slowing down the palace guards. He may want to ditch that man-at-arms. Let it just start torching down the rest of the stuff and let the palace guards move around much more quickly. Do now have some crossbows being deployed on out.
Gute Leistung meinerseits.
Ein schön gebautes Buch. Gefertigt. Schönes Bilde.
You now bring Triumphal out forward, town center here to help secure this goal. Knights are advancing forward with this scout here. Oh no, it's not a town center, that's a keep. Now the palace guards should be able to keep these villagers alive. Maybe we should just camp around the village for the time being, make sure that keep does not go down. Landstrikes will be on the field. Landstrikes will do good AoE damage. Man-at-arms getting hit. Now got, of course, the keep now pulled on the field, which does fire volleys of 3 and cannoneers, so that does provide some good damage support against these man-at-arms. And these knights did charge forward. Crossbow will be overwhelmed. And cannoneers still firing some damage on in. The extra arrows will do 2 damage each. Takes out that knight as well. 1 knight remains. And now we do have the heavy maces being brought on the field, which is bonus damage versus heavies +6, which actually is a significant amount. So it should make his man-at-arms very effective versus palace guards. So Green should not go for any more man-at-arms when we see those heavy maces. Green's now trying to pull out some more wall segments, getting a little bit overran, going for a stone actually. He's trying to claim some more stone to pull out some more keeps, I'm thinking, my guess. And this breach will be maintained. Both these villagers have gone down, and these villagers backing on off away from the berries. Both sacred sites have been captured up by Grain, but this one will be captured.
ist dir keine Last.
You now have these forces advancing forward, trying to torch down some of these mining camps. Now the Bardic Sun is being pulled out by Green, trying to go for a quick defensive replacement. This many villagers building it, shouldn't take too long. Now the Bardic Sun has been completed. Could upgrade the Spring Golden placement. Now he does see, he may actually see that the Heavy Mace research should make his stuff very effective for these mana against these Palace Guards. In the fast, now their heavy type is going to be detrimental, because not only does Crossbow support them, there's also now the Heavy Maces. We do have a Clock Tower and SMBs from Plum Field. Green's also pulling out some of these crossbowmen as well. He simply wants to force to hold back the heavy armor of his opponents. Spearmen now will do the same effect as Palace Guards. They roughly have the same amount of equivalent health versus mana arms. When fighting mana arms, Spearmen and his own mana arms have equivalent health to hold back the line. Some of these villagers are getting overwhelmed. He needs to does get inside this tower here. And there is a bunch of blue walls there. Is he going to go for a stone tower? Will we actually see a stone tower here? I generally have no idea how effective a stone tower is, because that is one of the rarest buildings to see in the entire game. That actually may be true, that statement. Because, let's be honest, when's the last time you actually seen somebody pull out a stone tower? Even in noob games, you don't even see stone towers being built. Clock Tower, Nest of Bees, trying to find some good volleys there on this forces, so to make sure it's nice and secure. And was a little bit, there we go. Now fires another good volley there. Finds some damage there. Crossbowman is going to be focused down first. And then arm's going to be trying to run away. He probably does have marching drills research, giving some more mobility for these forces, so to make them very similar to those Palace Guards. They now have multiple counterweight trebuchets put on field behind a nice little rampart. Trying to siege on this keep now. Yes, Green's going to take time and repair up the keep now. Green does have not a lot of stone rooms in reserve. And now both sacred sites are captured up by blue. We got a knight and monk for both of them as well. SB does fire a volley there, but it does do some damage to the stone walls primarily. And we do have now the Palace Swallow being put on the field, which does give them a very good villager production building. Clock Tower on this speed, trying to poke his way forward. Does get some decent damage to the counterweight trebuchet, but it's getting repaired up by a villager now. Or two villagers. Three, looks like. And Green is out of stone right now. He does still have these back deposit stone here, so that will give him some good stone to requisition, but these villagers need to take, looks like he bought 200 stone right there. Now this Clock Tower and Nest of Bees are starting to advance on forward. And finds a deadly volley there, wiping out a significant amount of force there. Does take on the scout as well. Getting some great damage there. Clock Tower Nest of Bees finds some good volleys on those man arms and annihilating that force, which is great for Green, but his primary front line is basically disintegrated as well. And we do have a stone tower, an incredibly rare building to see, which also can store a relic apparently, because he is the Holy Roman Empire. Let's see, stone tower, 3,000 health. It's seeing lots of fire there. He's having trouble hitting the villagers there because the Nest of Bees rockets are hitting the walls itself. The tower itself is seeing quite a bit of abuse right now. The keep's almost down. Finds a pretty good volley there onto the traction trebuchet, or counterweight trebuchets. Does take out 2 of them there. Next one will be going down. Nest of Bees are being withdrawn. The crossbow do go down. And the keep does go down as well. Stone tower is complete. It looks like the automate comes up loaded up with Spring Gold and has no additional upgrades. So Also, you have no idea the stats on the stone tower. So 60 damage, so it does do decent damage versus siege units. It's like a full-on spring gold right there, barring the bonus damage for other siege weapons. 9 tower attack range. Honestly, stone towers could even use a buff. But it does have high enough damage to hit these outposts. Stone towers, 300. Does China have to pay more for them? Okay, this looks like defensive extra bonuses does not get applied to the Holy Roman Empire. He's not going for a outpost here. Does have a good number of spearmen for an reserve. I think he has on the map as well. He has spearmen. He's going out spearmen rather than palace scars with the front line against the heavy maces, which would be a good idea. Plus, spearmen overall will probably just generally do better versus these knights as well. So I do believe the spearmen are a better option for front line against his opponent's man-at-arms. He's also going heavy in the clock tower and SMBs, which is very good. His one has deployed out a culverin as well as a falconet. His one is not playing as a small horseman, so his extra spearman would not hurt for that card. Spearman now base 4. Looks like the falconet does find a shot there. Spearman across one advancing on the forward. Clock tower and SMBs firing some good volleys there on those villagers. Now the keep is being deployed on out, very nice. Green may want to go, since this map is very heavily focused on fighting for the central gold, he may want to go for the Tower of Great Wall. It provides an excellent defensive placement versus the infantry. It all come down to siege units. Over now trying to advance on forward, does go down now. Got a good number of crossbowmen for Green as well. Since opponents pull out a lot of man-at-arms, they're a perfect counter to them. Outpost seeing a bit of fire there. I wonder, is he close enough for not in the influence of emergency repair? I'm not sure how far it goes. Fires structure damage. Not influence, so it's where it fails to do the jump. Green's keep is starting to go on down. Point out some battery rams as well. Clock tower battery rams. And he actually does fire low to keep as well to get a little bit extra damage output, which is not bad. And Green has abandoned this region, and now Blue is eyeing to pull out a forward mining camp. But Green does spot it. We do, of course, have some siege weapons help. Ooh, these villagers will get hit hard. He does have the Palace of Swabia for redeploying of villagers, so losing villagers is not a huge issue for Blue, just a minor issue. Spearman does see a good hit there. Clock tower and SBs are falling on back over here. And Green's now eyeing to torch down and make a breach over here. And now we do have the Great Wall Gatehouse. He needs to get some of these villagers on the far side of the tower as well. He's doing a lot of things around. Building this thing's a little bit inconvenient, to say the least. Also, they need to improve the ghosting build radius of the Great Wall Gatehouse. Because right now, you can see this happens all the time. People, they dance around a little bit too much. There is a max build radius, at least that's what it's like in a couple years too, if I remember correctly. And now the gatehouse has been completed. You also can throw some guys on the high ground as well. Culverins now seems to fire there. And maybe in range of the keep as well. It has two clock tower, two nested bees defensive emplacements. That's its gimmick. It has a very powerful defensive tool. So we got a good number of bombards here. One bombard, one culverin, one and a pair of mangonels. Blue's now going for a line of walls as well. Very, very nice. Not in influence. So still not influence. He needs to make the jump here in order to get the influence up here. Or maybe deploy another town center on the front line. The stone's going to be cleaned up for Blue. Green did steal some of it. I'll repair up the Great Gatehouse now. Clean up this 4 gold as well. Now I've got the clock tower and SCVs. Finds volley down the villagers. Does take none of them out. And ooh, apparently the clock tower effect does make it so these clock tower and SCVs can withstand a shot from the cannon. Let's see, it does have a range of tower range of 10. The stone towers do have a range of 9. So you can't really just use them to outsiege. In fact, they're close enough to get some great damage on the stone walls and the stone towers. Gets some good damage there. He could potentially pull out some walls back, then pull out a gatehouse or a wall, stone tower there in order so he can man the walls himself as a good firing point. You're not gonna line of barracks move on the field. Very nice. Let's see, gold. Green doesn't have a whole lot of gold stored on up. Blue has some decent reserve as well. Able to clean up this stuff here. We need to pull out some trebuchets. Let's go for some stone as well as some more stables. Gatehouse is still seeing some more fire there. Trying to out the stone tower in combat. Has a good number of spearmen here, but that doesn't really help him push into the keeps. Spring golds and clock tower SCVs of push way forward. We'll find a great volley there on those villagers, getting a good number of them down. This force designed for a counterattack, trying to make its way up these walls. Blue has captured up all secret sites now. Green does have some gold still here, not a whole lot. So both sides need to start really eyeing for this central gold. Great Gatehouse has been severely damaged. Remember, to repair a landmark keeps like that, you only need stone, not stone, wood, not stone, so they're relatively cheap to repair. And Green's force does get overran. Green's force is now charging forward. The stone tower wall has gone down now. Green's army does get overran. Horsemen do charge forward, trying to deal with these trebuchets as best they can. Now, horsemen will get both the trebuchets. Does save the Great Gatehouse for now. Ooh, a lot of those villagers do go down. More background SPs pushing forward, more horsemen, and now have the elite fire lance upgrade. Maybe there was a fire lancer, it's not horsemen. Or wait, do fire lancers replace horsemen? Okay, now I'm feeling like a little bit of an idiot. Nope, because they both pretty much mean the same role. They're both light melee cavalry. I sort of wonder as well, could they make it so the horsemen upgrade into fire lancers later on? Which could be a potential possibility of how they can work if they go sort of like feudal horsemen, fire lancers, or feudal horsemen, elite horsemen, yada yada. And then you can get a research to upgrade them to fire lancers for their alpha strike. That's a stupid idea. Let me know if it's a too stupid an idea. Where you can upgrade it into a unique unit. Because at this point in time, sure, fire lancers are a little more expensive, but you're only going to pull out fire lancers if you can't afford, if you have the gold. Bombard does keep a fire there. Bombards do have a range of 10, which is the same range of those SCV's placements. Great Gatehouse producing some more fire there, trying to get some more damage onto these bombards. Got 3 more trebuchets here. Palace guards charging forward, finding not a stone wall, but a metal wall of and arms right there. And now this bombard's pushing way forward, SCV is firing some shots over here. SCVs do siege damage, so pierced armor does not protect against it. Good damage on those keep right now. I've been trouble with this line of arms. Blue's been making a good job of maintaining that golden supply. Green's getting some more stone there. Alice Car's charging forward. He does lose one of the spring golds. More firelings now being put on the field. Man-at-arms or Palace Guard trying to go for these bombards now. Now the mix of everything. Palace Guard is shooting forward, trying to hit stuff in this region, but he did pull off a lot of these villages off these farms, so they're actually not getting their improved income. SB finds a good follow there on those villagers. Most of those villagers are half health now. Keep his has been repaired up as much as he can. He's out of stone right now. Arlet's now gaining horsemen. Got these villages. Some of these villagers even being put off the front line by accident. He's not going to try to grab as much gold as he can before he loses it. We do now have these men Palace Guards slicing up some of these villagers. Very, very nice. Got very bombards moving forward. Great Gatehouse is still quite damaged. And as keeps power to go down, next volley from the bombard should be able to take it out. Oh, he did not want to stick around near the bombard. That probably would have put a shot there. Horsemen or fire lancers charging on forward against big damage there. More clock tower nested beasts. These bombards have to see the fire there. They're all clock tower variants. This bombard would like to go down to the charge attack from the fire lancers. Great Gatehouse has been destroyed, trying to be repaired up the front line. Green is trying to steal as much gold as possible here, but that position will be overrun soon. Green's Palace Guard trying to on forward. Green does have some villagers in his opponent, but has a significant small armory, 21 to 75. So a lot of Green's units are siege units. And now it's going to cleanse the stone in the front line as well. Bombard's trying to fire in, gets these forces at point blank range, keep firing wind as well. Doesn't have any sort of ground to it. He's low on gold at the moment. And he has claimed all the gold pots back at home. Trying to pull for another keep. If Green loses some villagers, that's actually fine. He does against that keep now. Those keep are starting to see some fire there. Got multiple trenches pushing forward. Got gold being cleaned up by blue. Just going to go in with a lot of villagers, start grabbing all the gold. Making out with the silverware, basically. Or goldware. Some of these walls have gone down. Got more horsemen starting forward with the man-at-arms. And do got some good damage there on some of these forces. Clock Tower nested bees trying to avoid the man-at-arms. His keep has been set ablaze. More man-at-arms or clock tower nested bees wouldn't be half bad against his opponent's turn first, of course. But right now, Green is having a lot less gold in the pool. In fact, very, very little whatsoever. It's the relics and the tax collectors providing the gold that he has at the moment. I don't think he has any other gold sources, so he needs to pull out a lot of other spam. More spearmen as well. Clock tower. Nested Beast doing some great work there. Green's the last of the stone is being consumed now. So got the trebuchets constantly firing away as well. Some of these villagers are starting to get hit as well. Two of the nice ones, Cold and Kill. Clock Tower Nested Beast trying to back out the gate. Right now everything's getting congested. Quite a bit of fire now. Good volleys on there. Green's starting to pull ahead. These fire lancers now getting some great AoE damage on those trebuchets. Let's lose one of those trebuchets now. Bombard's pushing forward. A lot of these grounded forces are getting cleaned up thanks to these clock tower nested bees. There's 5 of them right there. That would disintegrate most forces. And if they try to run away with them, they have decent tracking. And if firing not including his barrage means it's really hard to dodge at all. It's great damage there. And Green, looks like the second side over here has been decaptured a long time ago, not trying to capture it up himself, which does let him live extra golden come. A lot of siege units face forward, finds a good volley there with villagers. Do have some Banner Rams move forward on 4. Green still has a small amount of stun there for various purposes. Now the Fire Lance, or yeah, Elite Fire Lance is a Spearman now charging forward. Blue's Keep does go down, that eliminates that hard point there. You also got some hand cannoneers as well. More of these villagers are trying to cover this gold in the front line, making out the gold wear. And these Nest Beasts do siege damage, but do reasonably well versus the battery rams. They don't have any siege armor there. It's just they have health versus that engagement. Some of Green's battery is starting to be torched on down by these villagers. Spearman charging forward, dealing with all of these fresh horsemen. Who has his own spearman as well. The Firelights will have trouble with their AoE charge. We've got a severe number of culverins here. Firelights charging forward, trying to overrun these cannon. He's great damage there. Let's take out 2 of those culverins as well. Very, very good. They're not exactly cheap assets, are they? I don't know the exact top of my head. Culverin, 400, 600, even more expensive than a bombard. I'll say Sprinkles does the job a little bit better, in my opinion. Except for population housing efficiency, which does make a difference. Because the Sprinkles get a little bit extra range, in the end they actually do generally net more range. Green's not going to be trying to make out with this gold. Got a good amount of gold being claimed here by Blue as well. Battery Rams charging forward, trying to break down some structure. Got a good number of Spearmen engaging each other. Got some hand cannon support out by Green's force as well. So he has some very mobile fire support, and they like to shoot everything. Got these fire lancers are now engaging, getting some good damage there onto these villagers. Green's battery ram starting to get some good damage there. The ground forces here maybe go for the battery ram first, because that's supposed to massacre through the castle. More horsemen will be caught up by Blue. And now we've got the Culverin getting some shots there onto the battery ram. These are regular battery rams, not clock tower, but that was, at least that's that one. This is a clock tower battery ram. Good damage there. Now I've got these batteries pushing forward, getting some good damage on him. I guess opponent's current composition, Landschnecks won't be half bad against those Spearmen. Of course, they will receive a lot of AoE damage from the Fire Lancers. But mix maybe a couple Landschnecks to mix on in. Oh, that's way too expensive gold. 100 gold for that? Ew. Even in games where you do have plain gold, that's probably a little bit too expensive. Battery rams not much more, a good number of them. Let's push forward some more spearmen as well as the battery rams. Perhaps should batter down some of these gates to access these siege weapons. There's force now trying to overrun these clock tower nested bees. Blue has good force here. Lance has to take out the hand cannoneer. Looks like Blue's trying to fire out some of his own hand cannoneers. All these villagers are either killed or drawn. Blue does have 120 villagers. Green has an absurd 152 villagers, which is a little bit too many. Going for our lineup upgrades now. In the mining upgrades is very important because you only have a limited amount of time to claim that gold because you just assume that you're going to lose it. Green's now remassed a pretty sizable army there, including a large number of man-at-arms using not Landschnecks. A little less than 2,000 gold there. Blue Ski will take time to sacrifice some villagers in order to get that gold. As a crowd Swabia, so recruiting the villagers should be no problem. Cut down these forces there. Hand cannoneers are stepping away. Springald would like to get overran, trying to read this keep is already fully built, just need to get some repairs. More violence is charging forward as well. Maybe we'll get some great AoE damage there. It does get some good AoE damage. That's supposed to be claimed. You can afford to lose these villagers, not necessarily what's in their hands and their bags, but they can afford to lose the villagers themselves. Got a couple paratroopers here trying to engage Green's keep over here. Looks like we got villagers trying to stab the blue villagers there, trying to go for this berries. So that leads me to believe that blue is having trouble with his food economy. He doesn't have a full reserve right now. Has a good amount of wood, but you could deploy out some battery rounds for that. Green's now trying to charge him forward. Get some shots there on these mana arms as well. Get some good hits there on these keeps. Green does have a good number of hand candies here. Moving off some of these reinforcements. And looks like these Fire Lancers are trying to charge them forward as well. There's a good number of them. Some of them may be regular horsemen, but it looks like they're all Fire Lancers. And trying to deal with these villagers now, which will find him good distraction. Give him time to clean up the rest of this gold. These do go pauses to almost clean that up. We need to take time to collect up this one. There's 3,000 gold there. Does have a good number of hand candies. Reaching horsemen and charging forward as well. And the gold has been claimed. These villagers could be recast to the other gold deposit. Maybe pull out 2 mining camps as well. Now this wall is destroyed. He can push his hand candies to the high ground. Oh, the stone tower is still good. Sirens do get cleaned on up. He can make his way to the high ground. Putting his hand cannoneers on this high ground right there would be actually really good. We got these main arms charging forward as well, trying to deal with these mines. Blue even has a miner in this mix as well. Don't mind him, just trying to earn a living. Both sides deployed on lords on the hand cannoneers now. As tower is been set ablaze. Got these banners pushing forward. Does set the other tower ablaze. We're trying to clean up these forces. Do have these forces against forward, trying to get some good damage on these horsemen. It's not going for the siege works, increasing the health of their siege units. Will make this clock tower banner ramps even more durable. Getting some good damage there. Adrian's now trying to batter down the stone wall. That's not stone wall, stone tower. Horsemen charging forward. Got the pilots against the horsemen now. Got one blue hand cannoneer here. Some palace guards now being pulled out as well. Blue does not have a whole lot of gold to come at the moment. Over here, hand cannoneers are trying to push his way forward. I still believe putting the hand cannoneers on this high ground would be very helpful indeed. He does actually put them on the high ground now. Very, very good. There we go. Now it's starting to fire away. He needs to put them more over here. That'll help him hit these reinforcements that are running on by. Lock-in travels Blue Race now to siege. Blue still has a superior number of villagers. He's time to recover and reorganize his groups. But right now, Green's just pushing hard. These horsemen will be found by the will be found by the horsemen. And cannoneers do abandon the high ground there. Battering down some of these structures. Blue's horsemen and spearmen now charging forward trying to deal with his hand cannoneers. Get some damage there with bombards. Still a significant force there to deal with these battery rams. Battery rams are pushing me forward, trying to deal with some of these structures. Those lose that palisade gate there. Yakin Chapel is now set ablaze. Reinforcements push their way forward, trying to deal with Blue's army, and Blue does go ahead and surrender. This is Andrew Great saying thank you for watching, and on to the next replay.